So I'm gonna go grab my 2022 Hobonichi and kind of flip through it and show you what last year's journal looked like and like how it's changed from this year. And then I also just got my 2024, which is also a Hobonichi. This is the Hobonichi, I don't know if it's supposed to be Han or H-O-N. I'm honestly not sure. I've seen people say both things. It's not like a traditional, like it's not like a hardcover book, I would say. Yeah, so she's super cute. This pattern feels very me. I'm gonna flip through last year's Hobonichi, flip through this year's a little bit, and just talk about what I changed from last year to this year. And then finally, I'm gonna, you know, map out where I want next year's journal to go. All right, here she is. Hobonichi Cousin 2022. I even got these cute little tabs for it, but I didn't really think they were necessary, so I didn't get them this year. But I guess I flipped through just to like make sure there wasn't anything that I didn't want recorded in here. But I guess the biggest thing with this journal, I mean, you can tell just by putting them on top of each other. This year's is a lot chunkier and more filled in. This one, there's a lot of blanks. So I think the hardest part with the first year I used Hobonichi was I just like didn't really know what I wanted it to be. And I was using it very, very much like a planner. And I mean, that's fine if you want to use it like a planner. Like, it's definitely has planner potential. It has dated pages, it has the calendars, it has the weeklies. But I guess in the stage of my life now, I really like using it as more of like a creative space journal hybrid than more of like a calendar per se. So, I mean, you kind of just saw my monthly pages. They were really just like me writing things down, just like I would like a desk calendar type situation. And then getting into the weeklies, I played around with these a lot more last year than I have this year. I kind of just like wrote them off as just blank pages this year, and I've been using them for like note taking and things like that. But here I was still very much trying to like use it for work, kind of keep track of what I did in a day, like writing down like, you know, workout classes and appointments and things like that. But overall, just was not working for me. And then I would try to like add stickers and make it look cuter, and just some weeks I just gave up on it entirely. So I was just very inconsistent with the weekly views, because I didn't really know what I wanted to use them for. I didn't really know what I wanted them to be. And then the end of the year, I started using these columns for other things. So like, you know, putting different headings and then just writing lists in each column. And I did kind of like that. Yeah, so the daily pages, again, I was really using these like a planner. I would do my Wordle in here every day though. So I would have like a to-do list, and then I would have, you know, my, you know, appointments on the left-hand side. So I was really writing things like multiple times. And I think that's also what was frustrating me, is because I didn't really want to put the same things in every single week, like have it written multiple times. So I kept this vibe going until the summer. And I guess the first time I tried experimenting with something was like March. I started adding pictures and then like a little blurb. Our trip to Austin, some now we get like, you know, some silly things, some Alani flavor rankings, Barnes and Noble haul. So, and then a la Claire from online, I started doing these like moods for each month, and that was kind of like fun and got my creative juices going. Let's see, I like started kind of journaling a little bit, you know, not making every single day look exactly the same. But again, so many blank pages, like not used to it. Okay, so summer hits. I'm kind of adding a little bit more fun stuff, you know, favorite songs, moods again. So like we are evolving. I did this at the end of the year, like an ABCs of the year, and I thought that was really cute. Adding pictures, memes, etc. And I think that was kind of like the breakthrough that I needed, was to start using markers and just like writing literally anything. We went on a trip at the end of last year. Where does that start? And I shared pictures and thoughts and like itinerary of the day. Okay, so unfortunately my audio got really messed up here, so I'm gonna talk over myself talking in the original video. So I'm talking here about how I just really liked that my journal evolved into more of a scrapbook type of thing, and these book covers were printed on the Canon Ivy. It's my go-to photo printer for anything in my journal. I do 4 covers or movie posters to a page, and then when I do my monthly calendar, I do 6 to a page. Anyway, so that was my 2022 journal. It kind of evolved from planner to journal. Kind of kept with that when I moved into 2023. I also forgot, I was talking here about how I transitioned all of my work to-do lists and things to a totally separate medium. So I was doing Google Calendar, I was doing separate printable calendars, so it really allowed me to kind of get creative and stop using this as a planner and more of a journal. So we're going to go into my current journal, and I'll show you kind of the things that I kept from this journal and what changed and stayed the same. And the audio continues to be messed up here for part of the video, which is very annoying to me because I am not great at voiceovers and it's hard for me to tell what I was even saying here. But I'm talking about the stickers, I'm pretty sure. I love the way these stickers turned out. As I talked about in my last journal, we went to San Diego at the end of last year, so the majority of these stickers are from San Diego. And we also did a really fun last minute trip. Oh, there's me pointing out all the San Diego Palm Springs stickers. We also went to Nashville for a last minute work trip for Ryan. And I got that sticker from Novelette in Nashville. Really, really, really cute bookstore. And then that sticker is from, I'm pretty sure it's from Speaking of Samantics, which is a SLP run merch and other things Instagram and website. Anyway, okay. I think I'm gonna get into the journal now. Okay, here we go. This is so hard to do. Okay, so this year I totally overhauled my monthlies, and I actually really love how they all turned out. I kind of pick a color scheme every month and I just go to town. These are, again, printed on the Canon Ivy. I do 6 photos per page, and they are cut to, they're like the perfect size, so I don't even really need to cut them. Yeah, so I put in the, that's me telling you 6 per page. I put in the stickers and then, or the photos that are on stickers, essentially. I don't even need glue for the Canon Ivy. It's super nice. Yeah, so I have a new color scheme every month, but I kind of keep it all generally the same. I try to write a little something about each picture. And then, okay, getting into the weeklies, I said that I'm really not great at doing the weeklies. I kind of experimented a little bit, and then I honestly just started using them as like extra blank paper. I taped some fun things in there from Kindness Week at school. I keep a lot of running lists in the weekly view, just because it's like kind of nice that it's right in the front and it's like easy to refer back to. And so I think I want to designate a couple weekly spreads to like these running lists, and then I think I really want to just jot down what I did each day, because I don't really get to do that a lot in the daily view. Like you'll see, these are notes from like a job thing I was doing. Anyway, yeah, a lot of these are blank, and when I get to my daily pages, I do a lot of like long form journaling or notes or talking about books, TV shows, movies. Like I try to paste them into like as close as the actual day that I experienced them. So there's not a ton of space to like write what I just, yes, there's not a ton of space for me to always write what I did each day in the daily view, so I think I want to use the weeklies for that this year coming up. This was my starting pages for this year, which I love this trend, and I just kind of copied what I put in the notes app post I made on my Instagram. Affirmations, we love them. Dove right in to kind of talking about media, my nails, just like little things here and there. Notes on just like things that I'm feeling. We went to see Wicked and I wrote about it, like just movies, stuff like that. So what I'm learning is that I am kind of already using this as kind of a commonplace notebook, which is exciting because that's really what I want this to end up being, like just everything that I've experienced, whether it's like a book, a movie, a trip, a TED talk, like whatever. I'm just writing about it and putting it in here. Doing a lot of like vacation journaling, documenting, more books, but I mean, as you can see, I do have a lot of blank pages still, but I'm for sure more consistent this year because I had a vision for what I wanted my pages to look like. My bachelorette. Friends got puppies, super cute. My dad got his ancestry DNA results, so I kind of put them in here. I don't really like how the spread looks, but it is what it is. Something I want to do better next year is to like, I kind of got into like a groove of I was only documenting books and movies and TV shows, and that's like fine, but I want to get a little bit more creative with what I'm putting in here, and like so for example, okay, so the beginning of August I did like a album ranking, and I just want to do more fun things like this that aren't like something I'm experiencing and more just like diving into my brain. And yeah, so I enjoyed doing that, and I think it was like an interesting way to like get into my current mindset, because I'm not really great at like just journaling. So 5 summer memories, I thought that was cute. The weekly report, I've been doing that a lot on Instagram lately. Cookie that won a cookie contest, so that's fun.
yeah, so then we're back to today. So I was taking notes on commonplacing and just like, yeah, a lot of these things that are like list based, but not necessarily like a book, a movie, whatever. Just more generally things that I enjoy or noticing on the
internet, articles, things like that, memes. I want to start printing on my actual printer and not just the Ivy, because that paper is expensive, and it also, like, the colors that it prints are not the greatest. Okay, of course my camera died in the midst of me filming this, but since then I've taken more notes on commonplacing, and I just have like a few more thoughts on where I want my journaling to go in 2024. So I feel like that video, going back and editing it, was a little hectic, I think, because at multiple points I was covering the microphone on this camera, and so then I had to do a voiceover, and then it was just a little bit more disjointed than I would like. So hopefully this ending here kind of wraps it up nicely enough that you don't feel like you just had whiplash from my video. Okay, so my first time using Hobonichi, 2022, I was just getting out of planning for the sake of like tracking my life and my appointments and to-dos and things like that. And I originally got into using Hobonichi because in 2021 I had this supplemental creative journal that I did collaging and photos, and it was really fun, and I was like, I want this, but not to the extent of keeping a bullet journal. I want like a hybrid. And in my searching, I found Hobonichi, and I found creators like Claire from online who uses this in such a creative way that it really was scratching my bullet journal type itch, but like with less setup and more just like freedom. So this was kind of like my bridge between bullet journal and planner, and I just like wasn't really sure what I was doing with it, so therefore didn't really fill it up as much as I would like. But then this year I definitely had a bit more focus, had a bit more I don't know, drive to continue to use it. My work stuff was fully in another place, so this was really just me and my pens and my markers and my Canon Ivy, which, by the way, this is what it looks like. So it kind of allowed me to be freer, and use this kind of how I originally planned, and keep all the job things separate. So then for next year, my goal is to let it be a little bit more fluid in terms of what I track, and let myself kind of just like be more creative and not trying to like stick to a routine or stick to copying someone else. Like I really just want to let my creativity flow. So I'm really hoping that next year I can you know, look at this list of commonplacing things, these journaling prompts, and really just like write more and experience more, and just like come at journaling in more creative ways than I have been. Because like I said, I spend a lot of time journaling books, movies, TV shows, and I love that, and I like love that I have that media aspect to my journal, but I don't want it to just be that. And I feel like 9 times out of 10 when I'm opening this up, I am doing my monthly Be Real spreads, and I am doing my books, movies, TV shows, whatever. So I just want to like give more space to myself to just like do whatever, even if it's not something that I've ever done before. And I think part of that comes with me just like opening up my journal more than like once, twice, 3 times a week, and just making it an everyday thing and really just like playing around and not really caring what it ends up looking like. Hilarious that I'm filming this 2 days later and I look almost exactly the same earrings, same hair, same shirt, but in purple. Anyway, so thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that that was helpful. I love watching YouTube videos where people just flip through their journals because it gives me inspiration. I love hearing people talk while I'm doing my own thing in my own journal. So hopefully this video was able to be that for you. It's been a minute since I've posted anything on YouTube, so thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, this has been fun. I've been posting a lot of journaling content, flip throughs, just little like vignettes of the journal here and there on my Instagram account and also my TikTok. So if you are not following me there, you should be. And yeah, that's all I have for this video, and I will see you next time.